Hello, brothers and sisters of YouTube. I'm back once again to teach and continue where I left off as far as the first segment of Wall Street, the heart of the world's economy. Kind of teach out where I left off, and also kind of expand a little bit more on about the chip, how the Wall Street crisis leading up to the chip. So first, I'm gonna kind of continue where I left off as far as Wall Street, explaining how it's the heart of the world's economy, which I already did in part one. So now in part two, I want to go on re-emphasizing out of Revelation 18, which I already talked about, and shed more light 1 and 2, I believe, while I'm teaching out of Revelation 18 about the Great Babylon economy falling. In Revelation 18 and 9, it says, "When the kings of the earth who committed adultery with her and shared her luxury see the smoke of her burning, they will weep and mourn over her, terrified at her torment. They will stand far off and cry, Woe, woe, great city, O Babylon, city of power, in 1 hour your doom has come." Verse 11, let's check this out real quick. "The merchants of the earth will weep and mourn over her, because no one buys their cargoes anymore." It said the merchants of the earth will weep and mourn over her because nobody buys her cargoes anymore. I already taught this, but right there, this scripture is talking about this great and powerful Babylon. The merchants of the earth, meaning all over the world. You know, our language has changed, or the way we phrase things, of course, but the merchants all over the world that will weep and mourn because they are not making money. You know, they invested in America. And by them investing in America, like I said, Taiwan, Italy, etc., all the ones I named on part one, investing in us. We buying their things, they making a profit. That's why a lot of foreigners are coming over here, bringing their businesses over to America, because they figure they can build up their businesses in America because of the fact we buying their merchandise. So the merchants of the earth will weep and mourn because we do not buy their merchandise anymore, because the country destroyed. Merchants, merchandise. Merchants, merchandise. You get it? Yeah, you get it. Of course you do. So I already explained that. Now, pretty much cover. Just want to do kind of the wrap up on about Wall Street, what's going on, and how that heart of the world being clogged up, and that's what's going to lead to the one world government. Now, paperless environment. Of course, I already explained about the chip, privatizing Social Security. That's one reason why the chip is going to come in effect. Also, because of money, because of the currency of money is changing in different countries. Like the euro, which they talking about futurely bridging American dollar and European dollar together, making a mirror. Also, Mexico trying to take part in this, and Canada, where they trying to unite and just make one currency, just one currency only, where there's no inflation or fluctuation, just one currency. And indeed they will. And that's linking and tying to, of course, the one world government, by it being a one world financial system, or a global financial system based off one currency. So after a while, the environments are going to step up. The Green Party, by them cutting down so many trees to steady produce money, paperback money, that people going to say, the environment's going to step up and say, hey, you cutting down too many trees, you cutting off our oxygen supply, we're going to have to do away with this paper money, because too many trees are getting cut down. Because so many trees are getting cut down, it's going to cause them to want to kind of set up a financial system through a computerized financial system, where money can be transported through a computer. It's already transported on a card. It's getting close to the paperless environment, where you got debit cards and credit cards. After a while, it's going to be no more paper money, period, where it's going to be completely narrowed down to a plastic card. Now, you got the credit cards and the debit cards. Okay, that's all fair and cool. Then You have people who are careless that continually lose things, losing information like social security and losing their credit cards and debit cards. That's where identity theft comes in, and that's where fraud comes in. So because of fraud and identity theft, people losing their information continuously, losing a card that got everything on it. Then they're gonna do away with all the cards because people can lose their information, and that's how others can get access to it, and narrow it down to a chip. How can you lose what is a part of you? Hmm? You can lose money. You can lose a credit card, an insurance card, social security card, birth certificate, da da da. But if all that information about you, social security card, um, your bank information, birth certificate, when you was born, a national ID card, to determine whether you're a legal citizen or not, is on a chip. And this chip is injected into the foreskin. Matter of fact, I saw that on YouTube. I saw that on here. And I'm see can I find that video again and save it as my favorites. So therefore I'll probably mix it and tie it in with a video so you can watch it for yourself. But inject the chip in your foreskin in your right hand, and the chip sits in your foreskin. Now all that, you ain't gotta worry about losing a credit card. You ain't gotta worry about losing important valuable information that people get access to. Somebody steal your wallet or steal your purse, and they get that important information that you don't really want out there. Now all that information is a part of you, and by being a part of you, now it's just between you and that computer system that your information is tied to in the chip. So that's the only way, is to kind of hack or get that information through their computer system. That'll be very hard if it's the information is between you and the computer system and the government. So it's you and the government. It's the only way they can get that information. And to pry the chip out of your hand, that wouldn't do no good neither, because it's in a chip. So a genetically altered chip that's a part of your body. So that's how it's leading to the path of the chip. The path of the chip, privatizing Social Security, because identity theft, illegal immigrants, and so forth. So I thought I'd share that as far as the other half of Wall Street, the heart of the world's economy, and kind of an expansion on VeriChip that's about to take place. VeriChip is very soon going to be martial law, because so many things are unorganized right now. All these illegal immigrants, all this information getting attained, and so much identity theft, so many illegal immigrants. The government's trying to find a way to narrow that down and bring order. The national borders. The national borders are not secured. So you got all these illegal immigrants christening and crossing, kind of like the transatlantic slave trade all over again. But instead of them being slaves, these are free people that's going wherever they want to go, because they're crossing the borders that's not fully secured. Got a lot to look out for, folks. Hope y'all enjoy the information I bring and the insight. And as always, I depart by saying, peace be unto you and Christ for life.